The views and opinions expressed in the Triple C Movement podcast are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Hey, Triple C Movement here to let you know. Talking community, culture, and capital. Black entrepreneurs, black business. Aim to advance the culture, so don't miss it. Yeah, giving you just what you need. Hosted by TC, KC, and Reem, and Erica. Elevate, level up, true indeed. Where culture, community, and capital meet. Let's go. Hey, yeah, Triple C Movement. Woo.
You are now listening to the Triple C Movement.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Triple C Movement, where we focus on the 3 C's by offering our opinions on how to advance Black culture, discussing topics that are important to the Black community, and promoting entrepreneurs and businesses to help increase Black capital.
It's your boy T, and a place to be. Peace and love, y'all.
Love and light, my people. Keep shining bright.
Yes. Kareem here. Once again, let's have a good week. Love y'all.
Peace, y'all. Susie. Great that you're doing well.
All right. On behalf of the crew, I would like to thank our listeners for joining us and ask that you share, like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram at the Triple C Movement. And we are also on Substack. Follow us there at the Triple C Movement. Today's topic is hustle mode, ways to make money in a low-key recession. Tough economic times, characterized by periods of slow or negative economic growth, can significantly impact individuals, families, and businesses. These periods often manifest through rising unemployment rates, declining wages, and increased financial strain, leading to feelings of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty about the future. Businesses may experience decreased sales, tighter access to credit, and increased pressure to reduce costs, sometimes resulting in layoffs or even business failure. The psychological toll can be profound, potentially affecting mental and physical health as individuals grapple with financial insecurity and the need to adjust their lifestyles and expectations. Navigating through these challenging periods requires a proactive approach and a focus on resilience. For individuals, this may involve revisiting and adjusting financial goals, prioritizing essential expenses, building emergency savings, and potentially seeking support from financial advisors or mental health professionals. Businesses can focus on cost management, diversifying revenue streams, fostering strong customer relationships, and leveraging technology to increase efficiency and adapt to changing market conditions. Strong social support networks and maintaining a hopeful outlook can also play a vital role in weathering the storm and emerging stronger on the other side. So there it is, y'all. Now let's get into our own questions, ideas, comments, and opinions.
You know, I'm happy to always talk, so don't give me a platform. I guess one of the questions I have for the group is like, what is the breaking point for looking into a hustle, or a side hustle, or a part-time gig, as some people like to call it, when you have, you know, when you have a main 9 to 5, I'll just say 9 to 5, even though it's, you know, it may be different hours. Like, when do you start reaching out for like that side hustle, or should it always be a part like of your thinking?
This KC here. I think that I'm a proactive type person, so I'm always trying to be ahead of the curve. If I see things are looking bad, I'm gonna pick up something and figure something out. So I think that it should always be in the back of your mind, like, I gotta have a plan B just in case this doesn't work out. So that's my thoughts on it.
I mean, for me, it's the same way. I feel the same way as always, but it seems like nowadays in the 2020s, it's like you got so many options. You got so many ways you can hustle and make money. As far as you got the media, the TikTok, you got YouTube, not YouTube, YouTube. We got Uber, Lyft. I mean, there's so many ways, there's so many things. Investing is so many ways to make money. So I agree with you. I agree with it. For me, it's the same way. I just feel like it's got to go get it. You got to go do what you got to do with a low key hustle.
What about you, T?
Yeah, yeah. I third that motion. It should always be a plan B because these 9 to 5s are not guaranteed nowadays.
No,
And
they are not. Yeah.
nope. And they got AI coming out taking people's jobs. They got government officials coming and slashing federal jobs. I mean, it's you got to have something on the back. Even if you have a skill, even if you're not using that skill, at least have a skill that you can go out and do something with, just in case your 9 to 5 don't work out. So yeah, it should always be something to fall back on, no matter what.
And that's real. I guess I'm I always play devil's advocate, and I think I'm more reactionary to the versus being proactive. And I'm like, oh, snap. Now it's time for me to go look for a job. But it's like, but how? Like, what do you get started with? What is it something that I should be doing that it's passive income, or should I be more looking for the direct paying into my accounts? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's a lifestyle that you want to live, of how you can take. You got to maintain. Everybody have their own path to live. So whatever you can't exceed your ways. You got to do what's you're capable of doing. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree. It's according to your lifestyle, because some people could work 2 jobs and function fine, but me myself, I'm a 9 to 5. I might do something on the weekends, but working 2 full-time jobs is not for me. So I'm definitely focusing on passive income, whereas I don't have to work and I could just kind of get some money coming in, some income coming in.
Now, can we explain to our listeners passive income? Because yeah, we're saying it and we know what it means, but our listeners may not. Some of our listeners may not. So can you break that down? What you mean by passive income?
I'm happy to do my interpretation of it, but those who may have more of a business or finance background, I defer to you. My understanding of passive income is just having either investments, it can be property, stocks, or things of that nature, that make money for you without you having to actively every day go to input labor to make the money.
Right. Assets coming in, stock market, real estate.
Definitely, you hit the nail on the head.
I think that was the perfect explanation of what passive income is. What is the easiest passive income to get into for someone who is looking for a side hustle and who doesn't have, a lot of, I guess, avenues to turn to? What do you think the most lucrative and the easiest one to get into is right now, AC?
I think the simplest would be possibly content creation. I mean, everyone has a phone. Everyone has access to YouTube. And everyone has a voice. There's a voice for everyone, it seems like, on YouTube. So I think that is a means, not only YouTube but other social media. So I think that's a possibility. I haven't really fully looked into it myself, but I've heard success stories.
That's funny. I would probably say stocks, right? But that presumes that someone has enough extra funds at the end of paying the bills, in order to buy into stocks, and become as familiar with the fluctuations with the stock market, which is an ever changing, landscape. So, and when to pull money out so that you're actually making money. So.
But Reem, what about you? What do you think the easiest hustle to get into is?
The easiest hustle to me is whatever you put your mind into and what do you believe in. You know what I mean? Because you got to believe in yourself.
That's real.
To actually do it. Because you're going to get discouraged. There's always somebody saying, oh, you can't do that. What you doing? You're never going to make it. And that's discouraging. So if you believe in yourself and you do what you want to do and actually love doing what you're doing, is that's where it's at. You know what I mean? So for me, that's probably the best way. I mean, if it's stock market, if it's real estate, if it's
Content create, content
anything,
creator.
content creating,
Mhm.
reading a book. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to get into is where it's at.
That's what's up. I think the best one and the easiest one to me is, well, not the easiest, but I think the best one for me is like those deliveries like DoorDash and Uber Eats, and you ride your bike. You know,
Oh yeah.
because
Um,
you're killing two birds with one stone. You're riding your bike, you're getting exercise, and you're making money delivering food. You know what I'm saying?
shit, I ain't riding the bike. I be sitting in my car, so I'm getting fat.
Who you telling? It's hot out here. Like the fuck? Shit. Nope.
I, 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 I'm gonna try to bike things soon. Sooner or later, I'm gonna try to bike things.
Right,
Come
you
on,
know,
we're
some,
supposed to be encouraging people to get out there. You know,
Get fit.
get
Yeah.
fit, man.
not this heat. Hell no. You get an order of sweat with the side of extra young, you know what I'm saying?
Uh, yeah, no, but I get it though. You do kill two birds at once with the bike and whatnot.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know, well, it is what it is. But yeah,
Hey, it ain't for everybody though. That's true.
yeah. No, but you're right though, T, because that's everlasting. That's one of the that's something that you put if people doing the stock market. That's supposed to be a good stock to do into Uber and everything else. You know, all these little transportation. There's a whole bunch of transportation outlets out there now. Now you notice if you notice a taxi ain't stop. They stopping for everybody. They ain't passing you by. Ain't you know what I mean? Like they're gonna stop. You know what I mean? So yeah,
You could be sagging. You could have a
anything,
blunt. You could have a blunt
anything.
in your mouth.
They
They
stopping.
gonna stop and pick you up because
Yeah. Ain't no more
they
pulling
want
out.
that money.
Ain't
Nah,
no
they want
more.
that money.
Ain't no more pulling out $100 bill to let them see that you got money. None of that bullshit. Yeah.
None of that. No, no.
Yeah.
You know, I have another one. I'm gonna be quiet though and give other people a chance, but
No,
I,
you
I,
good.
I, I'll go ahead. I don't really have a question, but I just have a statement. I would just suggest if you're looking for a side hustle, go to maybe the library and go do research on it. There's a lot of scams on YouTube that I've been seeing. Like even some of the major podcasters have had people on their shows, and those people have been scammers and have been arrested. So, word of warning for those who are looking for side hustles. I would say fully research it first. Go to the library, see that it's legit, because everyone's saying, "Oh, buy this program, follow me, and you can get rich in 2 days," and it really doesn't work like that. And I know that there's a lot of people that are getting suckered into that those scams.
People, the only way you can get rich in 2 days if you bought the lottery 2 days ago and the number came out that day.
Tell them, man. Tell them.
You know what I mean? Listen, that's the only way, because other than that, it's a scam. There's
Mm-hmm.
no get rich in 2 days unless you found a whole bunch of money somewhere. That means somebody looking for you too. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Ain't no easy way around it, man. You got to
Ain't
put
no
in
easy.
some work.
You got to put in work.
Yep.
I like that disclaimer. Thank you for that one, Casey, because there are a lot of people who are anxious to get paid and will do anything to get rich or die trying. So
Mm-hmm.
we gotta be smart about where we put our money.
Yep.
And that
E,
statement
you
is so true. That statement is so true. If you want to get rich, you might have to die trying doing that. Word up.
so I guess there's two things I wanted to ask now. With the whole get rich, is money really everything, or is it that sometimes we need to look at how we're spending what we're spending? Right. So rather than I need to go get a side hustle, is it rather I need to look at my budget and look at where my money is going and maybe sacrifice something so I can save a little bit?
I mean,
And when I say that, I say it to myself, trust me, because yeah.
for me, the top is so much better than the bottom. But sometimes we don't have no choice. Our lifestyle requires we might not be able to save and do whatever it is. But money is not everything, because love is probably more important. Family love is probably way more important, because you can have all the money and nobody loves you. You don't. You know what I mean? So
And health. Yeah, for real.
you know what I mean. So it's very important though. It's something that we need in life, and the more you have, the better wealth to live in. You know what I mean? So yeah. Gotta have a mindset. It's not everything, but it's definitely important.
I agree. I think that money is not everything, but it makes life a lot easier when you have a lot of it.
Hmm.
True.
I mean, I don't think that being rich is the best thing in the world. I think being healthy is the best thing in the world. I think being
Hmm.
loved is the best thing in the world. But being rich, it's up there.
No, no, because when you make a certain amount of money, you got to maintain this because your lifestyle is living that. If you know what I mean,
Yeah, it comes with certain things. They
it
don't
comes
just
with
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know what I mean. And then once something happens, like you lose your job or that money ain't coming in no more, oh, you better figure out. You better know where you come from. You know what I mean? You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because it can happen. It definitely can happen. I know. I know.
It happens, yeah. It
It
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
So
What about you, E? You think that money is the end all be all, or
I mean, I agree with you all. Like, trust me when I tell you I'm playing devil's advocate here, but like, I agree with you all in that it's a means to an end, but I shouldn't be chasing money at the sacrifice of my health, of um, just overall mental well-being, because that it's a never-ending vicious chase, right? Once you get it, um, you want more, right? Or you have, like you said, you have to maintain it. So sometimes, like looking at what I make and cutting it in half, right? Paying just my expenses plus $300 extra if I have that. To and again, I'm speaking from a perspective of having enough money to take care of my bills. So that is the perspective I'm coming from, not necessarily one where I'm falling short economically and not able to make ends meet. And so, what is it that I can do to save? Because I know I'm quick to have retail therapy, but that debt looming over my head is, more of a concern. So it's like, as we're looking at this and I'm going to get money, is it to pay down my debt and to become in a better economic standing so I don't have to do that side hustle anymore? Or is it I still want to do those other things, and so I have to continue the side hustle. So it's a never ending kind of vicious cycle.
I think you said the magic word right there, debt. You know, that's the magic word
Yeah, for
because
real.
that's why we're all doing everything that we do. That's why we need that side hustle. That's why we need the extra jobs. That's why we need the money because we're all unless we're wealthy, we're all in debt, right? I think.
For real.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That economic freedom is real. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've been trying to be a sugar baby for the longest. Like for the
You ain't
longest.
missed
I
the
ain't made it yet. I said, dag nabbit, by the time I hit 70, I might be somebody's sugar baby.
you ain't meet your zaddy yet, yo.
Not yet. Some bullshit.
Hey, keep up alive, E. Keep up alive. What's
You know what
going
I'm
on here?
saying? It's 2026. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming passive income. No, I'm playing. You got to work for that too.
Say fascinating.
Mm.
But yeah, that debt is the issue. I mean, if it weren't for debt, if we all were working and we didn't have any debt, then we wouldn't be thinking about any hustle. We wouldn't be thinking about any side. We'd be good with what we had, right? But the
Yeah.
debt, the debt just makes it so much more vital that we have a side hustle or that we have a plan B.
I agree that debt needs to be looked at and analyzed because sometimes people avoid the debt and like I ain't worrying about that. Meanwhile, it's compounding and compounding. So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think that that's a vital fact that instead of going out or doing something pleasurable, sit down, look at your books, and say, hey, I can't go out this weekend because I need to put $5 towards this credit card bill or whatever it is because that money accumulates pretty quickly with the compounding interest.
I would even add to that too. And I think a lot of times, like I've heard several friends or colleagues be like, I have no money because I had to buy these kids the newest like name brand shoes or sneakers or whatever, and or this Apple Watch. It's no shade to Apple Watch. It could be any other technological device. But I had to buy the newest and the shiniest, and I'm like, but why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you have to buy? Because shoes are almost like cars, right? The moment you drive a car off the lot, it depreciates significantly. So it's no longer the value for which you bought it for. Just like the moment you put a pair of shoes on your feet, they may look cute, but the moment you put them jokers on, they've already kind of gone down in their value, right? So why do we feel like we have to? I feel like that's also another factor too. Like, and I'm doing air quotes when I say this, kind of living beyond our means. And I wonder if that's a problem as well.
It's definitely a problem.
Definitely keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, man.
We live in a consumerist society, and that's what we are brought up and educated and trained to do from the time we can speak. We want, and somebody got to go out and buy it. And that's all it boils down to. Consumers.
Yeah,
We're consumers. We consume.
The advertising companies. I mean, you see the commercials on the TV. I hear my little daughter singing commercials for different products, and I'm like, you don't even know what that is, but you singing Ozempic or Ozempic or whatever that commercial is.
Shit.
And I'm like, why are we? You know what I mean? But that's the power of advertising. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy, to think that how they push it down our throat. Oh, you got to have this. You got to have the latest car, and it's definitely consumerism is a problem that we need to address.
Or maybe this recession or depression or whatever you want to call it, maybe that's the cure for consumerism. Because hey, when the money's not there, nobody ain't going out and shopping no more.
Facts.
You're going out to get the bare necessity. You're going out to get your bread, your milk, your eggs,
and all that is expensive.
And all that is expensive.
$20 eggs, right?
Word up. Those 5 things right there, $100.
Easy. You wearing them shoes from last year. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the cure for it. I mean, if consumerism is the problem, then a recession is a cure.
That's real.
So yeah. So maybe these are the things that need to happen, and more people will spend money more wisely instead of just going out and buying everything because some content creator said you should have it. But
yeah, the number of times I've had to fight buying some new hair care product or skincare and I have sensitive skin and all these other things, but I was like, ooh, it looks good on her. It's brand new makeup, lighting, and all these other things, right? And it's just like, okay, fight the willpower. I literally was in the grocery store today and I was like, okay, I need grapes, tomatoes, and this and that. And I was like, ooh, I could also buy this. And I was like, nope. I said out loud, Erica, put it down. You know what I'm saying? And I think people looked at me strangely and I was like, whatever. I was like, that's $20 back in my pocket though. You can look at me as crazy as you want. That's still money, I'm saving. So
how you guys feel like a lot of people how they got rich, how they got to a wealthy spot? 'Cause a lot of them are doing stuff they shouldn't supposed to be doing to get there.
Oh, for sure.
I heard that too. I think I heard that too. Anybody who's wealthy didn't do it. It did some unsavory things in their life they had to have. So
that's where the economy of looking good and feeling good about, because that's what they're doing. They're looking good. They're buying them shoes and they're looking around. You know what I mean? So you're looking at like, yeah, I want to look like that too, but not realizing you can't live up to their means. You want to get there, and then what happens? These young kids are going to do whatever it is. They get rich or die trying. They're going to do what it is, the easiest way to do it. They ain't trying to. Some of them ain't trying to go to school. They definitely don't want to do Uber. So 9 to 5 is like,
they ain't riding no bike nowhere.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So when they got the hustling mentality of going outside in the streets and doing it, that's what they're seeing it, but not realizing the consequences behind this shit. A lot of these kids out here don't realize it ain't that easy and sweet as they think it is. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But a lot of these wealthy people done things they were supposed to be doing to get there. How you guys feel about that?
Yeah. I agree. Insider trading and all that stuff they just be doing. them hedge fund managers got this one telling them to do this and do that, and of
That
course,
capitalism. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah. Or even looking like at older, like old money, right? A lot of people did that off of the backs of others. Old day and or modern day slavery, right? Stealing and taking advantage of people. To me, that's wrong. And it doesn't matter what you do to try to have retribution, or not retribution. Look, I don't know words. I need to stop
Operations.
smoking weed. Thank you. Reparations. I need to stop smoking before these sessions. It's like, then it's just not enough still to clean the conscience. Like the dirt and or the blood is still on your hands to me, and I feel like people have to pay the price. So.
And most of the time, it's the people who got to go out and get a side hustle. Those are the ones that's paying the price for all the nonsense that the wealthy folks did. So,
Always, yeah.
boy, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was on that side of the show.
but do you though? Because
You always think the grass is greener, man.
but you just said, being on that side, you ain't no way you got there doing legit things. You know what I mean? So would you be willing to do illegitimate things or to do things that can harm other people just to get there? Because that's how they got there.
You're right. And some of them families still living wealthy to this day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you're gonna risk your soul. You're gonna risk your soul just to be a millionaire. I mean, come on.
My great baby ain't feeling that.
But you don't know. You don't know. That's where them generational curses come from.
That's true. That's true.
That's where them generational curses come from. And
I'm just going to put it perspective out there. I want to make sure if everybody understand where we're coming from when you say that. And I'm happy you said what you said.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got anything?
No, I think we covered it all.
All right, so everybody get on your bikes and go out there and deliver food and burn some calories while you're doing it. Make some
In the
money,
winter, for sure. Count on that.
Winter, summer, fall. I'm in the car, baby. I'm in the car.
You're gonna be passing us in the car.
All right, well that leaves spring then. So springtime. All right, I got you. On that note, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and follow us on Instagram on the Triple C Movement. Till next week, peace and love, and peace and love.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.